of Samson begins at a time when the people of Israel were living under the rule of the Philistines, a powerful and often cruel enemy. Life was difficult and hope felt far away. One day, an angel appeared to a man and a woman who had no children. The angel brought them surprising news. They would have a son, and this child would be chosen by God to begin freeing Israel from the Philistines. But there was a special condition. The boy was to be set apart for God from birth. He was never to drink alcohol, never touch anything considered unclean, and his hair was never to be cut. His long hair would be a sign of a sacred promise between him and God. The couple named their son Samson. As he grew up, it became clear that God had given him incredible physical strength, far beyond that of any ordinary person. Samson wasn't just strong, he was legendary. As an adult, Samson's strength amazed everyone. At one point, he tore a lion apart with his bare hands. Another time, he defeated hundreds of enemy soldiers using nothing but the jawbone of a donkey. His power made him famous and feared. But while Samson was incredibly strong on the outside, he struggled on the inside. He was impulsive, quick-tempered, and often driven by pride. He ignored wise advice and made reckless decisions, especially when it came to relationships. Samson frequently became involved with Philistine women, even though the Philistines were the very people he was meant to oppose. Over time, he began to treat his strength as if it were his own, forgetting that it was a gift from God and not something he controlled. Eventually, Samson fell in love with a woman named Delilah. She was clever and persuasive, and she became the key to his downfall. The Philistine leaders approached Delilah and offered her a large reward if she could discover the secret behind Samson's strength. Delilah repeatedly asked Samson to tell her the truth. At first, he teased her and gave false answers, but she didn't give up. Day after day, she pressed him, questioned him, and wore him down until he finally gave in. Samson revealed his secret. He told her that his strength was connected to his promise to God, symbolized by his uncut hair. If his hair were ever cut, his strength would leave him. That night, while Samson slept, Delilah called for a servant to shave his head. When Samson woke up, he assumed he could fight just as he always had before. But this time, his strength was gone. The Philistines captured him, blinded him, and threw him into prison. The man who once stood powerful and unstoppable was now weak, broken, and humiliated. As Samson sat in prison grinding grain like a slave, time passed. His hair slowly began to grow back. More importantly, his heart began to change. In the darkness, Samson reflected on his life, his pride, his mistakes, and how far he had drifted from God. One day, the Philistines gathered in a great temple to celebrate Samson's capture. They brought him out to mock him and use him as entertainment. Blind and guided by a servant, Samson was placed between two large pillars that supported the entire building. Surrounded by thousands of enemies, Samson did something he hadn't truly done before. He prayed, not with pride or demands, but with humility. He asked God to give him strength one last time. God answered. Samson placed his hands on the pillars and pushed with all his might. The temple collapsed, killing the Philistine leaders and Samson himself. In his final moments, Samson fulfilled his purpose by delivering a powerful blow against Israel's enemies. The story of Samson is not just about physical strength. It is a warning about pride, a lesson about responsibility, and a reminder of the consequences of poor choices. Samson's greatest weakness was not his enemies, but his failure to guard his heart. Yet, his story does not end in defeat. It ends in redemption. Even after failure and loss, Samson shows that it is never too late to turn back, to humble ourselves, and to seek help. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.